All right, this is the weekly market update for the week of June 1st, and actually today is June 4th. And between the last one I just did 2 days ago, we've got quite a bit of data that came in. ADP, the number was higher than anticipated. It was supposed to be 117. It came in 122,000, which is a good thing. But again, Friday, we're going to have that payroll number. Tomorrow, we're going to have that number. We're going to see the revisions. That's the key. Because they always have hyped the number. Historically, for the last 4 years, 5 years now, they have a high number and then they keep whittling it down. So we'll see. And I'll tell you next week on that. But more importantly, after that, the manufacturing service, ISM services, above expectation, factory orders above expectations by 0.2. And today, the weekly job claims, though, really, they came in a lot higher. So that's interesting because they were anticipating 213,000. They came in at 255,000. So when you're talking, 42,000 in a week higher, you roll that up for a month. That's a big number. That's kind of alarming. Let's just put it that way. Productivity, less than expected, 0.3 versus 0.8, and the cost, the good thing, regardless of our productivity is less, people putting out less, less bodies, less production per person. But the overall costs, they were thinking it's going to be 2.3%, which when you run that number, it's a high number. Actually, it came in 1.8, so if you run 1.8, we're less than that 2%, as we look at for inflation figure. If it keeps under that 2, it's still consistent. So that is good news. And again, when I look at the big headlines that I keep talking about, oil prices today fell almost $3 a barrel, just above 93 and change on oil. Why do I keep bringing this up? Because they think that they're going to get agreement over this weekend. And treasuries have kind of been right in the same range because of that. And the traders don't want to hedge one way or the other. There was a report also that the president was reluctant to restart the war. Well, this ceasefire just between Tuesday and today, just long story short, the ceasefire, they've been shooting drones at their neighbors, Iran has, and that got knocked down, and they hit they shot at one of the neighbors' airports, and then they were shooting at boats in the strait, and we knocked all those down, but they said we still have a ceasefire, so. I don't know how you can call it a ceasefire when they're shooting, drones are going, because, the new warfare is drones. So let's just call it for what it is, okay? If you look at Russia and Ukraine, it's drones. The Strait, the same thing. But supposedly we got still a ceasefire. We're just knocking the stuff down in the sky, and they keep shooting it up, okay? But in the other side, the flip side, that Lebanon and Israel, they're close to actually an agreement, against Hezbollah in the country. And that would be huge, because that's Iran's proxy, they wouldn't have any leverage in that region. So with that being said, I will report to you back with tomorrow's numbers, a lot of numbers. And what are we going to do, Tuesday, Taylor? What do you think? Yeah, back at Tuesday.